Hi, and welcome to Right on Track with Renee Bernard. I'm Renee Bernard. um, and I am a USA Today bestselling author. I'm, I don't know if that title means a lot or not, but I hope that it just reassures you that I'm not just some crazy cat lady. Although, it doesn't mean I'm not. Okay. Right into it. The topic for today is what do we call plotting versus pantsing, or pants or no pants, which has nothing to do with clothing. The idea of do you plan a book? Do you plan that plot? Do you have all of the chunks outlined, or do you just wing it? Do you decide, oh, I've got this great idea for a character. Oh, I'm jumping in. There are successful authors who pants it, who basically fly by the seat of their pants. Forget a plot, forget an outline, they just go. Their muse beckons, their characters form, and they just follow where the characters lead, and it magically becomes a book. I really don't believe that is for me. I don't recommend it in general. You could be Mozart. You could just write it and it just comes to you from the ether. But I think even people that say, oh, I'm a pantser, I just, woo, I go with the flow. I think that actually there's way more planning going on behind the scenes, even if it's just in their brain, then they might even want to acknowledge, or I don't know. But that's just me. It's just me. I think plotting is really important. So when you get that idea, you'll have a kernel of an idea or a character. Something will come to you and you'll go, oh, I think I got something. What you want to do, okay, is outline it. And not like this school boring, 1, 2, subset. But it's kind of. So you're going to have, this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to introduce this character. Then this happens. Then this happens. Then this happens. World's most boring, right? The last thing you ever want to do when you're pitching a story, I'm sure you heard, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. This isn't a pitch. This is your map. You're going to create a map of your beginning, middle, end, your trigger events, your ups and downs, your character journeys, and your outline can take on any form that you're comfortable with. So some people, it's like a vision board. It has pictures on it. For some people, it's a wall with Post-its, okay? Different colors that'll, this for this character, this is their journey. And then this character, here's where they intersect. Here's, my bad guy. So if you are visual and you're color coding that, great. If you are more of a, okay, I'm going to lay it out just on a couple sheets of paper. I'm just going to have, okay, this, and then this happens, and this is where we're at, and ta-da, here's my climax for the story. Here's the cliffhanger, and it's going to resolve. Here's why plotting is the way to go, for me. And I really honestly believe for most writers, okay, so 99% of you out there, 95% of you out there. And here's why. If you write it out in short form, if you have that board or that poster or that whatever, you step away from it for an hour or two, or even overnight, just stop. And then you come back to it with fresh eyes, you will be able to see the plot holes, okay? The problems. In the microcosm, they're very visible, and you will see, wow, you can drive a bus through that one. Let's fix it. In short form, it's easier to fix. Or how will I get him to make that revelation? If your plot can be solved by a conversation that your two characters should have, and that, or if somebody would have just said something obvious, then the other person would be like, oh, I don't want to kill you. Golly, it's all resolved. that's a problem. And you'll be able to see it in that short form. The drawback with just leaping in and starting to write when you have a great idea for an opening scene, or you have a great idea and you think you're like, and then they'll do stuff, and then this is where I'm going to get, is and then they'll do stuff in the middle of your idea or of your book, means that generally on a page, I don't know how fast you write or how big your project is, but there's nothing more frustrating than getting to page 80, or, you've done 123 pages of blood, sweat, and tears, and it's flowing, and you're like, yes! And then all of a sudden you're like, I got nothing. And it's a gut punch. It's a gut punch. So don't get punched in the gut. Don't start the car until you know where you're going and you know the path you kind of want to take. It doesn't mean that you have to make every little detail in that plot. I will say it's always a combination. I can outline a book and have a really good general sense of what I'm doing and what each chapter's goal is and how they link together like jewelry. And I'm still surprised. The characters will introduce something I hadn't even thought of, or, obviously I must have, but it's on some level. There's always going to be that creative flow. You're not going to lose spontaneity. What you're going to do is give room for spontaneity to happen. You're going to give a framework for those spontaneous ideas to really come to fruition. And it's beautiful when that spontaneous detail that you hadn't thought of when you were plotting it out becomes the glorious linchpin upon which your fabulous ending becomes based, or it suddenly grounds those characters, or it gives you the theme, just this beautiful little signal that, who knew? Wow. So I don't want you to think that you're losing your spontaneity if you plot. Please plot. Please plot. Please. Just, again, it's a journey. You're going to make sure you have fuel and food and the supplies you need. And you're not just going to get in and start driving and going, we're going to go. And say, eventually I'll end up in California. But it's like, not if you're going south and you're starting. It's like, it may or may not happen. It's a long, horrible way to get there. So, for your readers, for you, for your sanity, plot. Please plot. Please plot. Okay, so that's the advice on plotting your novel. We can get into more and more specifics, but I don't want to get too, but like I said, if you're visual, great. If you're a post-it note, poster board, let me just see the flow kind of person, flow chart with boxes. Or you just basically do what's a synopsis, where you're just saying this needs to happen, then this goes here, and if it branches up, however it goes, may the plotting be with you. So I highly recommend Pants versus No Pants. And since this is a general audience friendly post, we will not get into what you're wearing when you're writing in actual physical. That's none of my business. How much or how little, or again, really, I don't want to know. So that's it. Okay, everybody. Happy writing. And I hope everybody stays right on track. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thanks so much, and I hope you do like the videos and subscribe to follow along on our journey as we're going to get there. Okay, bye everybody.